Russian attacks on the Donetsk region has turned the entire area into nothing but debris. Ukraine also making it very clear they will not back down. Ukrainian missiles have reduced a Russian military camp also into rubble. Schools have been destroyed. Amid fierce resistance from Ukraine, Geeta Mohan gets you this report from the war zone.
Massive shelling, massive operation over here in Elyanka. You can see there, smoke still billowing. This entire camp was attacked. It had a lot of tanks, armored vehicles, Ural trucks and artillery carrier vehicles as well has been attacked. So officers over here trying to now assess the situation. They're trying to retrieve all the armored vehicles, artillery carriers and tanks as soon as they can and save as many as they can. But if you see over here, the situation pretty bad. The forces have moved out of here and they're trying to retrieve as many as they can. This is also a base camp where captured Ukrainian tanks and armored vehicles were brought in and then were sent for repair and then to be reused. So a very important camp over here has come under Ukrainian attack. I'm being joined by Officer Ilya, who will explain what really happened over here and how are they trying to contain the Ukrainian forces.
Дальнейшие наши действия идти вперед и только вперед, не останавливаясь. Занимать непосредственно, возвращать непосредственно границы Донецкой Народной Республики, как говорится, в свои земли.
So the only action he is planning now, he knows that we're gonna continue to push and taking back our grounds, which is must be under Republic control.
There's major shelling over here. Now, what is the sounds? What are they doing? Are they diffusing? Are they detonating? What are they doing?
Сейчас звуки хлопков происходят. Сейчас это что это происходит сейчас?
Это непосредственно это сейчас в данный момент происходят действия наступательного характера.
So, okay, let's wait a bit, okay? So the thing is, you're asking about what is happening here, but it's not the same he wanna ask now at the moment. So let's do other questions or.
Okay, so ask him how many Ukrainian soldiers were they? This was his force, his team. How many Ukrainian soldiers did his team capture?
Есть у вас вообще за время операции были украинские пленные у вас?
Да, были много десятков, потому что наш полк уже порядка 17 населенных пунктов, это не считая те, которые мы прошли, 17 населенных пунктов мы взяли боями.
So they took around 17 villages and small.
Надо прекращать.
Okay, let's stop it.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
नेक्स्ट की तरफ जा रहे हैं और कुछ अभी भी यहाँ पर हैं जो अपना घर छोड़ के नहीं जाना चाहते। वोल्वोनाखा में गीता मोहन आज तक।
We're here in Volnovakha, a city absolutely destroyed. Irina is a resident. Irina, tell us your experience of what really happened over here. You're living over here 24th of Feb.
From 24 to 10, 12 of March. It was very horrible. What else? A lot of жертвы.
Victims.
A lot of victims, child, old people, young people.
Lost their lives.
Yeah.
How many people left Volnovakha after the attacks? Did they leave the city?
Some lived, but returned, partly returned, and I think now from 5 to 10 thousands.
People are back?
Yes, yes.
Why? The city is destroyed. There is no life right now in the city. Why are you returning?
Because it's my home. I had here work. I had my house, but some partly destroyed, and I think.
You want to rebuild it again, I guess.
But no, so soon as we want.
Okay. Irina, we know that this city, many consider part of Donetsk. Ukraine considers part of Ukraine. But right now, it is under the Russian control and control of Donetsk. What is your opinion of what has happened and what's the situation on the ground? Right behind you is what you call Red Square. The Red Square comes from Russia. So, destroyed. So, explain what was the leanings over here of people? How did they think?
I can say only about my opinion.
Yes, please give your opinion.
My thoughts. My thoughts, course of Russian is absolutely right. Yes, for me it's very painful because my town is destroyed absolutely. But Ukrainian government I don't like. I didn't like from 2014.
Did you suffer a lot in 2014 also? Did Volnovakha?
Yeah.
Major evacuation operation being undertaken over here in Volnovakha. The people over here will be evacuated to camps in Dokuchayevsk, which is a city not very far from here, only to ensure that they're in a safe place, have food, have shelter till the time the city in all probability is reconstructed. So there is a process in place. People's names are put on a list, and those whose names are on the list are taken by buses. This is one such bus, but there are many buses that ply from Volnovakha to Dokuchayevsk, and a lot of youngsters also leaving. They have not much to do because the city is absolutely destructed. But yes, there are people who are not willing to go. They want to stay over here and start rebuilding, reconstructing. We see a lot of cleaning that also is happening in the streets. And there was a major movement of tanks and armored vehicles of the Russian and Donetsk forces from Volnovakha to someplace else. So there's a lot of movement of security forces as also evacuation of civilians and citizens over here in Volnovakha. With it, a destroyed city that requires humanitarian aid and food. The queue that you see over here are of people of Volnovakha who have queued up to receive their daily bread. This is a van that has come to distribute bread to the people of Volnovakha. There are various other vans that come with other food items, but food is scarce. There is no gas and electricity in Volnovakha, and water also becoming rather scarce in the town. So they're using it with really economically. Economic usage of water, food in very little supply, so they're trying to be very, very careful in how they use their food supplies, and administration trying to ensure that at least there's some help that is provided to the people of Volnovakha who've decided to stay on and not leave the town. So this is the first day we have arrived, so have the people from Donetsk. Food for Life is now going to provide food every day. But how difficult was it? If you could ask this gentleman over here, how difficult was it for the days when this food was not being provided?
Тяжело очень было, очень.
It was very hard, he said.
How are they managing food then?
Как вы справлялись? Откуда брали еду?
Ну, запасы, которые бы оставались, вот, те запасы и ели.
So they used supplies they had and share it between each other.
А сейчас, которая привозит, ну, еду, ну, питаемся ей, потому что больше запасов нет.
They now out of supplies, so they can eat only the things can be brought in by organizations, by help.
Okay.
Пытаемся работать, вот, зарплаты пока нету. Проработали уже почти месяц, зарплаты нету.
So people came to their work again and they're waiting for salary now.
What's your name?
Дима.
Thank you, Dima. So, food being supplied over here. People are coming to get their food. People have run short of food supplies. That's why they're waiting over here to get whatever they can. The irony of the conflict today. What you see behind me is called Red Square, taken after the Red Square in Moscow in Russia. Many people over here are still pro-Russia despite the destruction that their city has witnessed. And unfortunately, this Red Square has also fallen victim to the latest conflict. But the people over here say that in 2014-2015, they consider themselves part of Donetsk. And once it was taken over by Ukraine in the 2014-2015 conflict, the statue of Lenin was taken down on the other side. And today we see that the Red Square also no longer stands. So the situation over here, quite bad, but the conflict is also within of people who are living in Volnovakha, who are pro-Russia or pro-Ukraine, and the ones who are pro-Russia are sad about the city being destroyed, but not sad about not being under Ukrainian control anymore. When did this food start coming to the city?
From 2 weeks ago, maybe even earlier, I don't remember.
Are you a student?
Yeah, student from Kharkiv University, Kharkiv National University, HP.
Oh wow! So when they announced the operation, did you then immediately come to your home to Volnovakha?
We have distant learning, and I was in Volnovakha. So when the operation starts, I was in Volnovakha.
You were in Volnovakha. Otherwise, you're a student in Kharkiv.
Yeah. I'm from Volnovakha, but learn at Kharkiv. Yeah.
Today, why are you still here? What do you want to do? Do you want to rebuild the city? What is it that you want to do?
Here, I don't have a place where I can live, where I can go. I don't know, because I must learn now, but in Kharkiv this difficult situation too, and I don't know where I could go.
Your entire family is here. Is your house destroyed, or is it still there?
Still there, but my entire family almost here. Only one is left to his family.
Okay. You see destruction everywhere. Are you angry that your city is destroyed?
That's hard to explain, but it's war. It can be rebuilt from. It took years maybe, but it will be rebuilt. I hope so.
Почти с того света вытянули. Спасибо людям в белых халатах. Низкие поклоны. С Докучаевска. Очень благодарю. Очень.
Her husband was evacuated to Dokuchayevsk, and he was saved by doctors there. So she's saying big thanks from her to doctors who saved his husband's life. She wants to find him because she did not have connection.
Is she alone here?
Вы сейчас здесь одна?
Нет, я сейчас с дочкой. У нее семья, разбомбленный дом, она у меня пока находится.
Her daughter house was destroyed, and now she lives with the daughter in her place because her house is okay.
The extent of damage over here shows what really happened in Volnovakha. This is a BMP-2 destroyed, homes bombed, shelling marks on the walls. To take Volnovakha, it took a lot of fight between the Ukrainian forces and the Russian forces. Homes over there, school, absolutely destroyed, bombed. This again is a city that bears a deserted look, but there are still a lot of people who are not going to leave the city of Volnovakha. They're determined to stay here to rebuild the city. Many others who have no place to go. And then there are those who have already left Volnovakha. With video journalist Satya Rautre in Volnovakha, Geeta Mohan for India Today.